Driver, why are we stopping?
Lead horse is fixing to throw a shoe, miss.
Where are we?
Right next to the Flint River. You can take the next steamboat that comes along if you're in a real hurry.
He'll wait.
I beg your pardon.
The fellow you're heading west to meet, he'll be waiting.
I wasn't aware that I'd said I was meeting anyone.
You're not dance hall caliber. Too well dressed to be a school teacher. Too pretty to be alone. Too smart to be in trouble. What else could it be but a man?
I wish those drivers would hurry.
My friends in the East were mistaken. This is beautiful country.
Yeah, paradise.
This land could be lush and fertile. It merely calls for men of industry and imagination. Don't you agree, miss?
It is spacious.
Exactly. All this country really needs is water.
Yeah, that's all hell needs, too.
Doctor, people of civilized lands have long agreed that purgatory is a state of mind.
This is uncivilized land, mister, so you better prepare for a different state of mind out here.
Glad when we reached Rimrock.
Getting off?
No. A gentleman is joining me there.
Congratulations. Gentlemen are scarce. If he isn't charging admission, I'll have a look at him myself.
Well, to the gentleman at Rimrock, huh?
After a 90-mile ride, I wasn't asking for much. Just a chance to drink myself senseless.
Well, I was planning on a steak.
Every step of the way, I could hear it gurgle out of the bottle. I smelled it.
A real steer steak. None of that buffalo hide we've been wrestling for 2 years.
Well, guess I'll have to settle for a shot of rainfall.
Drink up.
Now, Duff, you know I ran out hours ago. I was settling for something more substantial.
Well, I'm still damp.
Good? All right. How much?
Single shot?
Double.
Sage, you know. Straight to, it's not a blend.
How much?
$900.
reckon we ought to pull our necks in case there's still a few nervous Cheyennes hanging around.
Cheyenne and Arapaho. Their gland marks are combined on the spear.
Yeah. I'd feel better down a gopher hole someplace.
It's bad news when Cheyenne and Arapaho get together and make war. They've had their party here. The stage is coming.
Reckon you'll know her when you see her after all this time?
Question is, will she know me?
Well, sir, most of Boston's rubbed off you, and your hide's kind of tough and leathery and chewed up looking. But I'll bet she'll see through all the gold dust and recognize you right off.
Duff, I hardly knew you. You're so different.
Just a little accident, Barbara.
Someone got a little careless smoking in bed.
Everything's going to be all right. We'll just have to move on to the next stage switch at Chimney Butte.
Cheyennes?
And Arapaho.
I don't like to push lathered horses, but this is mighty unhealthy country. Sorry, folks. Everybody back in the stage.
Go ahead, Barbara. I'll ride and do a little scouting.
You're not riding in the coach with me?
After Chimney Butte.
We are going on to San Francisco, aren't we?
You bet. Now, hop in. We'll ride lookout. I figure on seeing this stage through to San Francisco.
Say, do you charge admission?
For what?
No, I guess not. You don't look any different than thousands of other men I've seen. Thought maybe I was wrong.
That bird didn't say anything, but he sure had a nasty way of saying it.
Here! Now! Come here, brother! Let's go! Come on, quick!
Your gentleman didn't even take off his hat when he kissed you.
A terrible tragedy back there. Lord works in strange ways.
Yeah, so do the Indians.
Are you suggesting, Doctor, that Rimrock was ravaged by our Red Brothers?
Your Red Brothers, not mine.
Indians are human beings like ourselves. If they destroyed the stage stop, they must have been severely provoked.
Maybe. They were probably just riding through and it got in their way, so they flattened it.
Mr. Conroy, what do you think happened at Rimrock?
Afraid I'll have to go along with the doc. That was a Cheyenne barbecue.
Undoubtedly the result of the white man plying his red friends with liquor. Indians become crazed with drink.
If you think they're crazy drunk, you ought to run into them with a hangover.
I hope the gentleman knows what he's doing.
He was one of the smartest newspaper reporters in Boston.
The more you tell me about him, the less confidence I have in him as an authority on Indians.
He's been in the West 2 years. Came looking for gold.
Don't we all?
I don't like the looks of this.
Probably got it in the raided rim rock.
There's signs of them all around. They're everywhere but in sight.
Oh, they like to hide and peek at you and lick their chops a while.
Maybe we're too small to bother with.
They'll wipe out everything between here and Fort Killdeer. You can count on it. They got their eye on us.
You're right, Krusty. We won't reach the Chimney Butte stage switch without an argument.
Well, I'm for heading back to the mine. There must be lots of gold there yet.
There's something on that stage that even gold can't buy.
Oh, you mean that lead horse? Yeah, he did look like a valuable piece of shoe leather at that.
Hey, visitors. Come on.
There's 1,000 Cheyenne on the warpath around here.
Kind of figured they raided Rimrock.
Well, we were headed for Rimrock to take the eastbound stage.
No stage is going out of there.
Trouble?
I'm Sergeant Dockery, Fort Killdeer. This is my son, Alex. We were headed for Rimrock, going back east for a little visit.
Better join us. Try for Chimney Butte.
Chimney Butte was wiped out this morning.
Well, then we'll go back to Fort Killdeer with you.
No.
What's our other choice?
A party of Cheyenne slipped south. They're between us and the fort now.
That leaves just one way out, unless they invented a new direction since I've been gone.
We'll have to make a run for it north.
North? I paid for transportation west. We have to run, why don't we run in that general direction?
Nobody placed me in charge of this maneuver, but I'd advise heading north and fast.
I'll vote for that.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not being stampeded by a total stranger.
Mr. Daly is not a total stranger. He's my fiancé.
Oh, well, that makes him a great authority on Indians.
Check with the United States Army.
He's right. North is our only chance.
I'm in charge of this stage, and I say we head north.
Why should we go out of our way? If the Indians appear, we'll simply assure them of our peaceable intentions.
Listen, mister. You evidently don't comprehend me. I'm just plain antisocial. I hate meeting new people. Now, you can stay here and talk to the Indians and clap your gums if you want to, but I'm heading up north.
You're a man of little faith, Doctor.
Little faith, nothing. I'm an out-and-out coward.
We're wasting valuable time.
Get in the stage, Alex.
Oh, Dad, give me a gun and I'll fight.
A gun? You can just barely sit a saddle. Get on the stage, boy.
Hey, if nobody objects, I'll ride the boy's horse. Bar in there's a little crowded. Gotta have a little elbow room.
Take the horse. You ride with that satchel?
Can't handle a horse without it.
You joining us?
I'm not a joiner, and I make my own decisions.
You've got 10 seconds to make one right now.
Surely a few miles out of the way can't matter when it's a question of life or death.
Another day in this congenial company might prove interesting at that.
And you was scared to tell her about Indians. She'd spit in a rattlesnake's eye.
Better hop in.
Running, fighting, killing. Do you men ever meet the red man with love and understanding? Do you ever walk up to him with your hand outstretched?
Not if we can help it. We run like scared jackrabbits, and that's what we're going to do right now.
But there isn't a sign of Indian.
There's your Indian sign. The gun you wanted, son.
Get straight to that fat view.
Can't figure why them Indians gave up on us.
Looks like they got the jump on us all around.
Indians didn't clean this town out.
Not recently, anyway.
Duff, we're not staying here.
The horses are worn out and we need shelter. Right offhand, I can't think of a better place.
But it's so eerie, and there's nothing here.
We're here. That's more than I expected a few minutes ago. Get the luggage off the coach, Krusty, and undercover.
I hope I'm not offending your Western pride, but which one of these magnificent buildings do you laughingly call a hotel?
I'd call the first thing with a door a hotel, and I'm not laughing.
Ah.
Where's the fellow who rode the board's horse?
He was riding with you, Sergeant.
I tell you, I don't know what happened to him. I was too busy keeping my own neck pulled in.
Why, he was unarmed and you had a rifle and a revolver.
I tell you, I don't know what happened. Maybe he'll be in later.
Maybe. Too bad. He was a doctor. We might have been able to use him later on. Pick the strongest looking building. Preston, now tend to the horses.
This one looks like the best.
But it's a saloon.
Don't worry, the dancing girls don't come out till after dark.
I bet our Cheyenne and Arapaho friends are laughing.
Yeah. They've got a great sense of humor.
Anyone who came in here had to drink or go crazy.
Everybody with firearms, put them on this table. Let's see what kind of an arsenal we've got.
Sergeant, I fight with my wits.
Weedle? I don't believe in killing. I try to avoid it myself. Miss? Thank you, miss. I don't think we'll be needing you in a fight.
We're missing a bet, Sergeant. I'd say Miss Layton has a steady hand and a dead eye.
Well, that won't stop him, but it ought to break him up.
I still don't figure why them Indians let us slip in here without a fight.
I'd say their medicine men put a taboo on this place.
What makes you so all-fired brilliant?
Didn't you notice the crosses? I'd guess this town was wiped out by the fever.
Fever?
In a graveyard.
Wonder what what those drunken Indians did with the old doc.
The Indians are not murderous savages. The doctor is no doubt at this moment sleeping peacefully by the warmth of their fire.
No doubt. With his hair flying on his stick above him.
Yeah, hardtack.
You can have mine. I'll eat the pan.
All the grub we got is what was on the stage and this petrified army hardtack the sergeant was packing.
What was on the stage?
100 pounds of dried apples.
Nice. We can have fruit bowls all over the place. Very homey.
Any sign?
Well, we can tell where they are by the smoke from their fires. I let them know where we are the same way. Started a real nice spiral of smoke going straight up in the air from the blacksmith chimney across the street.
Might fool them once.
Once is a lot when you're thinking of living or dying.
We won't be able to have any fires in this place. Or any of that racket either. Better douse those lights pretty quick, too.
What's the artillery count?
Here it is. 130 rounds for the whole kit and caboodle.
It won't be the longest battle in history.
Those mailbags have to be guarded, Sergeant. And let's get this water keg over behind the bar. One bullet through it can hurt us more than anything.
What makes you think the Cheyennes have rifles?
Same thing makes me know I got a back to my head. I just feel it.
Say, I gotta get me a new hat. Man without a hat in this country is asking for 7 kinds of trouble. You interested in selling?
No, thanks. I'm not anxious to advertise my hair to the Indians either.
How much for that old toupee TP you're wearing?
Special today. 1,000.
What you got in it? Diamond-studded cooties? Well, I'll take it.
I'm attached to the hat. No deal. And I'm also attached to the gold McCabe and I carry. I worry a lot about it. Keeps me awake nights.
Yeah, and if he's not awake worrying about it, I am.
Very touching. It's easy to become fond of gold. I have a great affection for it myself.
Just wanted everyone to know.
I got your message. Now why don't you warn the one who's really drawing a bead on your bundle?
Maybe you've noticed something I missed.
Women operate smoother. It's just as painful in the end.
For a minute, I thought I was back in Boston.
For a minute, I wish you were.
Just because we're in primitive country is no reason to dress and act like barbarians, is it?
We don't dress for dinner out here. Most of the time, we don't even wash.
Well, I only tried to look my best for you.
You managed. You're twice as pretty as I remembered. Something catch your eye?
Jingoes. I darn near forgot what natural human hide looked like. I'll wrestle supper up in a jiffy. Jingoes.
Scared?
Yes. Can't we get out of here now that it's dark?
Wheels on the stage are dry as a bone. We wouldn't get 10 miles before they'd heat up and lock on us.
We could ride the horses.
You can get awfully lost moving at night, unless you're an Indian. Or a cat.
When will we go?
Right now, I'm stalling for time. But I promise you one thing. You and I and these pretty rocks are going to make San Francisco.
Did you find much gold?
I told you in the letter I had enough to buy out that newspaper in Frisco.
If we're going to be married, it seems like I could be told how much you found.
If we're going to be married, it shouldn't matter.
Oh, of course not. But I was thinking, if you have enough, wouldn't it be better to buy a newspaper in the East where people are more literate and where there's more chance of getting somewhere?
News is happening in the West these days.
Perhaps. But the wise newsmen and reporters stay in the East.
Two of the best are out here right now. Bret Hart and Mark Twain.
You're more stubborn than ever.
Richer, too. Everybody grab a plate of this grub, then douse the lights. I'm going out to see about the horses.
Don't move in so fast, honey. You'll scare him. Take plenty of time. We're not going anywhere. Right away.
You are not an Indian fighter.
That's pretty obvious. Loosely translated, what does that mean?
I have asked him what to do.
Does he have any good ideas?
He says to tell you everything. He trusts you.
I don't blame him with you holding that gun. Can I trust you?
I am Maureen, his adopted daughter.
Maureen? Well, that's a good old Irish name. From the County Cork Cheyennes or the County Donegal Arapaho?
My father was Irish. My mother was full-blooded Cheyenne.
Fine, and who's the old duffer? Timothy Patrick O'Leary?
He is Fire Knife.
Chief of all the Southern Cheyenne? What's an important man like you doing holed up in a place like this? Oh, come on, you must speak a few words of English.
He does not speak at all. He has no tongue. 3 times he signed treaties with the army and turned over the arms of his people. And 3 times the army attacked them again. Cheyenne say he spoke with a false tongue.
Nice sense of justice. But I can't believe the Indians are that gullible or the army that treacherous.
It is true. I helped my father escape, and we are outcasts now trying to reach the northern Cheyenne tribes.
That's an old habit of yours, giving up your arms. You'll trust anyone.
Trust is more precious than gold. Yet a man will fight for one and turn the other from his door.
Well, you better come with me and join our party.
Do not give us up to the Cheyenne.
I won't tell the Cheyenne where you are, if you don't tell them where we are. Come on.
Mr. McCabe,
What is it, son?
I'm awful thirsty. I thought I might get a drink of some of that water.
Oh, sure.
Wait your turn and get your share like the rest.
He's just a lad.
Time he was a man. Where'd you uncover these?
They're on their way north, Sergeant. Just an old man and a girl.
I know all about this half-blood. The Army used her on a couple of scouting expeditions out of Fort Kildare. Tell a man how friendly you are, Pocahontas.
I was hired by the Army to guide a small detachment from Fort Kildare to a Cheyenne camp.
We were supposed to find a band of 50 Indians. Instead, she led us into 300. Reinforcements got up just in time.
You led an Army attack on your own people?
They said it was to be a council of peace.
Oh, it was nice and peaceful when we got through, all right.
You and the old man bed down over there. The rest of us better get what sleep we can. It'll come in handy later.
That old fox looks important.
What makes you think so?
I've had dealings with the Red Brothers. He's high in his tribe. Crazy dog or a raven. Maybe even a dog or a bull.
Maybe.
He'd make a valuable hostage.
He's just an old man without a tongue. Not worth 2 cents to anyone but the girl.
I think you're making a mistake.
Like you said, Conroy, you make your own decisions. I make my own mistakes.
Excuse me. Sure need me a new hat. What's your final rock bottom price?
That's my favorite hat.
How much?
2,000. That's without the band.
That girl will contact the Cheyenne. They'll know every move we make.
I have reason to think she doesn't want to see those Indians any more than we do. Relax.
I don't know what bill of goods she sold you, but I've seen plenty of Redskins. I know every sneaking trick they've got.
I'm sure you do.
She'll sneak outside. She'll howl like a coyote every time we turn around to spit.
Then don't spit, Sergeant.
Not a sound or a move.
Get down. Get away from this man.
Smoke's still coming from the chimney. Hope the trick works. They're falling for it.
I've been studying these red friends of ours. And obviously, they're intelligent, humane people. this fear and enmity on the part of our people is utterly ridiculous.
I like a man with nerves of steel.
The half-blood girl was making a break. I was just trying to keep her from giving us away.
You did the job for her.
She was only trying to keep Miss Layton from giving us away. I seen it.
Now, see if you can do something to help her.
All right now.
Come on. Streets are cleared. Maybe we owe Dockery a vote of thanks. Yeah, they'll be back, now that they know this is the building. You happy, Sergeant? You're gonna kill yourself a few more filthy redskins, huh?
Better off to let her bleed to death. That's the end of the first attack. It's only a feeler, too.
I was right. They all have rifles.
Probably raided some army camp.
They bought the rifles.
An Indian never paid for anything he could steal.
They bought from him.
A gun runner. A miserable, filthy gun runner.
Sure. I made a deal with the Red Brothers for some Army rejects. All breech loaders.
At least I don't have to wonder whether to hate you anymore.
Kill anymore. Talk to them. Reason with them.
This is the kind of talk they understand.
Friends! Friends! Please, we're your friends! Please! Please!
Well, he's with his Red Brothers.
Conroy! It's filthy scum like you that makes work for the Army.
It's trigger-itchy glory boys like you who make selling guns to the Indians easy. You're bored and itching for trouble, and when you can't find it, you stir it up. Say you're mad for the Indians. You out of bullets, too?
Doctor's bag.
That's all you'll ever see of him again.
And I only do the waltz. They don't shoot so good.
They haven't had their guns long. Give them time.
That's it! Pick up your rubbish. Keep our streets clean.
Looks like they're quitting.
They'll regroup and be back in the morning. Indians don't crave night fighting.
Same with me, except I don't crave it in the daytime either.
Well, we've used up our ammunition. All because of a crazy, wild shot.
How long did you figure to hide? An Indian can smell a white man.
I get a whiff of a couple around here myself.
Good idea. I suppose we can use some of Doc's medicine before long. Holliday's horse liniment.
He wasn't an MD at all. Just a horse doctor.
You suppose Doc drank this stuff?
Come on, let's get some rest.
So they got wise to you, too. If this keeps up, there won't be a pure and noble soul left pretty soon. It's a shame, too. Such a culture. You want to get out of here? I'll stop by your room the first chance I get.
Mr. Conroy, you're not bargaining with an Indian now.
Sure. Just leave your door unlocked.
Trusty?
Hmm?
An old army habit. Dockery's standing guard. No bullets in the rifle, but he's standing guard. Comforting, huh? I've been thinking, Krusty. We can't just sit here and wait.
I'm willing to take the first stage that stops.
We'll have to try to send out for help.
One man might sneak through to Fort Killdeer.
I'll go.
I thought you were sawing logs.
Let me go. I know the country around Fort Killdeer. I lived there for the last 6 months.
Oh, thanks, son, but that's more of a job for me or your dad.
Don't count on my father. He's a coward.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
He is. He thinks I'm weak because Mother put me in school back east, and I don't know how to ride and fight and shoot. But I'm stronger than he is.
You probably lean more to skull power, son. Nothing wrong with that.
I like to make things live and grow. Trees and flowers and vegetables and things like that.
I'll be jiggered. All I had to read for the last 2 years was a seed catalog. Quite a science. It took me 6 months alone to learn to pronounce Lonicera hildebrandiana.
That's honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle? No. Well, there's 6 months all shot to pieces.
Dad has an old army map. I studied it a lot. If I left now, I could reach Fort Killdeer by...
I'll let you do it, Alex. One chance in a million in the dark. Not much better than the light. But one of us will have to give it a try in the morning.
It's your turn to stand guard.
I was sleeping like a baby.
For a minute, I thought my estimate of you had been too low.
You have a way of insulting that's almost a fine art, Mr. Conroy.
It doesn't take any talent. All you have to do is hate people and play one against the other and collect on the side.
Does gun running pay well?
Your soft, sweet innocence is enough to turn a man to putty.
I haven't the slightest interest, really. I only let you in to hear your plan of escape.
Simple. You want the man's gold. Join up with me and we'll take it quick and painlessly and get out of here.
Your insults cease to be artistic.
We're trapped. We haven't a chance to get out of here if we listen to him. I do have a plan.
How do you know your plan will work?
I know the old Indian. That's Fire Knife. The Cheyennes would give a lot to get their hands on him.
Why?
They cut out his tongue. They'd like to finish the job. You see, the Indians become frustrated when they lose a victim only halfway towards it.
And you plan to hand him over to the Cheyenne?
In return for safe passage through their lines. It's a nice, clean deal the Indians appreciate. I might even make something on the side.
I'll join you.
I knew the sentimental aspects of the deal would appeal to you.
Why should you include me in your plan over the others?
I expect to be paid with your friend's gold. I figured you'd have a better chance of getting it than I would.
Steal it? I wouldn't know how to go about it.
Start like this.
You must be mistaken. Alex is just a weak-kneed kid. He'd never try to sneak through 1,000 Indians to get help.
You wanted him to be a man. You were on his back all the time. I guess the poor kid took the first chance that came along to prove to himself, the world, and you that he is a man.
I don't understand.
The Colt revolver with the pearl handle is missing. And no ammunition. By this time, he's either made it, or he'll never get through. I wish him luck.
Indians coming.
Reckon they come to surrender?
Yeah. Probably heard we ran out of ammunition. They're afraid we're going to start throwing rocks at them.
This is Dull Knife. He leads the Cheyenne in Fire Knife's place. The others are Fat Bear and Many Teeth.
They won't get him. Cover me with the rifle, Krusty.
Yeah. What'll I do if I have to use it? Point it at them and go bang, bang?
It looks good. They don't know it's empty.
You hold fire knife, traitor of the Cheyenne.
We hold no one. All we want is to head west without trouble from your warriors.
When fire knife comes to us in the east, you may go west with no harm.
And if he doesn't come to you in the east?
You have until the sun is high. Then we will take him.
Alex's gun.
That's Alex's gun! The one with the pearl handle! You killed him, you filthy red scum! You killed him!
You'll get yourself killed too. Come on.
What was the deal?
They want fire knife.
Sounds like a good bargain to me. I had the same idea myself.
Well, forget it.
Give him the old man. He'll all be dead soon anyhow.
Duff, it's a question of his life or ours.
All right. You can give up fire knife. But you'd better figure on going through me before you go through that door.
I had planned on doing this in my own way. But the Indians have forced my hand.
So you had that gun all along, huh, Conroy?
And I haven't wasted any bullets. Now I'm going to relieve you of a few things. Fire knife and your gold, Miss Layton. The rest of you should thank me. When I turn fire knife over, you can all go. Unfortunately, Miss Layton and I'll be some distance ahead with this.
I guess I was buying you with that gold all along, huh, Barbara? And now I'm paying it to get rid of you. Cheap at half the price.
Hey, you! Come on! Come on! You lost your tongue, not your ears. Come on!
He will not go.
Why don't you shoot him, Conroy? Or isn't he any good to you dead?
I'll make it without him. This will see me through.
That's not enough, drop back. I'll be glad to throw in my saddle and the rest of my gear to help get you out of here.
Thanks. Not this trip, sweetheart.
But you said we were going together.
I have to travel fast. I can't be tied down with a woman. Besides, you have a fiancée. I might steal a man's gold, but never his fiancée.
Wish you'd take her, Conroy. Maybe you can trade her to the Indians.
I'll make a good deal without her. I bargained with the Indians before. Well, I won't be seeing you.
So you were going with Conroy, huh?
Duff, I was only trying to get out of here. You can't hate me for that.
Well, if it's any consolation, your friend will be back. Those gold bags were full of dirt. A little precaution I took last night. I was getting a real strong hunch about you. It was Conroy who warned me. Pretty funny. He broke the eggs in his own nest.
What are you going to do?
Do about what?
About me?
There's nothing left for me to do. You've done it.
Forget it.
Well, it's a question of outwaiting or outwitting the Indian from here on out. I prefer trying wits. We'll run out of waiting a lot sooner. The first thing we need is water. There's a spring over by the blacksmith shop.
I'll get the bucket. Oh, come on, Duff. You know I got a nose for anything wet.
If it's got a label on it.
I'll get the bucket.
Thanks, Presty.
Say, about the gold.
Oh, I meant to tell you. It's in a sack of dried apples.
Oh, I don't care about that. I just wanted to withdraw a little and buy that hat from you.
Price has gone up. 6,000 without the band.
How much with the band?
Well, I can't really put a price on that. It's an old family heirloom.
How much to rent by the hour?
1,000 ought to be fair.
I'm renting it. For 5 minutes. Tote up the cost and we'll settle when I get back.
Be careful, Presty.
One, two, three, four, five.
Well, you can't lose a bad penny. It's Conroy.
You dirty double-crosser. Those bags were full of dirt.
I thought that was legal tender with you, Conroy.
Now, why don't you relax?
$946, $947, $948, $949, $951, $952, $953, $954, $955, $956.
Conroy? It was hidden in the sack of dried apples. I didn't figure you could tell gold from dried apples. You couldn't even tell it from dirt.
You sit there checking those guns like you thought we could use them. Haven't you learned by now you're not going to kill any more Indians? You're out of bullets!
That does it. Conroy, you'd steal the gold out of a dying man's teeth. What'd you get out of it, Conroy? $1 some mother sent her son in the army?
This is what I cut the mailbag open for.
You cut the mailbag?
It's for the commander at Fort Kildare, from Washington, ordering me back for court-martial.
Court-martial?
I wasn't going back east. I was deserting, running away before they could serve this. Alex knew I was deserting.
What was your trouble?
I was in charge of one of the small detachments that started an attack against Fire Knife. I gave the order. There wasn't any reason for it. Just seemed like I'd joined up to fight a war, and there wasn't any action. So I started some.
1,071, 1,072, 1,073.
1,074, 1,075, 1,076, 1,000.
1,090. 1,091. 1,092. 1,093.
1,095, 1,096, 1,097, 1,098, 1,099, 2,000, 2,001.
You look awfully pretty in that dress.
Fireknife is very grateful for the protection you've tried to give him. He told me before that as long as there are white men like you, his hopes that the Indian will one day sign treaties which will be kept.
I just realized in the last 2 days that I never really needed a newspaper. All I needed was a decent story to write about.
What are they sneaking for? If they're coming, let them come!
They're coming. To show you how well your guns work.
They're coming.
Fire knife.
Told me in sign language a little while ago. Wished he had a tongue just for a moment. Thank you for restoring his faith. Try to bring peace to his people once more.
I wish him luck.
I got it. Cost me darn near $3,000 hat rammel, but I got us a full bucket of water. No, no.
You all right, Wesley?
Jingo. No, no.
I'll drive as far as Fort Kildare.
You're going back?
Yeah, I kind of made a promise to Alec.
Well, you came west to get yourself a man. I'm sorry this is the best we could do. The gold. It's in the sack of dried apples.
Duff. I figured you had something on your mind besides traveling.
There's an old saying among the Indians. He travels safely and pleasantly who is guided by love.
I'd better get myself a good experienced guide.
Yeah, Duff. Jingo.